What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ajen back again for another Outerplane video. And for today, let us talk about combat power and why it matters now. If I remember correctly, I made a video way back talking about how combat power does not really matter in this game. Simply because it's all about team building and how you tackle the certain type of contents. That is why even if you have a little bit lower combat power, you can still clear those certain type of stages as long as your team building is really appropriate in tackling that kind of game mode. But now, enter World Boss. Yes, World Boss is the newest end game content to be added into the game, and now combat power matters. Why do I say this one? Because combat power is needed in calculating the amount of damage for your supporter team. As you can see here, my case current damage here, for example, is around 245,000. How do I get this amount of damage? This is calculated based on your supporter team's combat power. So the total combat power of my teams here multiplied by the total star bonus here, you will be able to get the damage here, total amount of damage here from your break pace. Now, let us talk about how to raise a character's combat power. Starting from the basics, if you level a character, they will increase their combat power. I don't have a level 1 character, but luckily, I still have some unleveled characters here. Like, for example, Guisam. Current combat power is 6,642. So, if I raise the level of Guisam here, the combat power will increase. As you can see, it increased to 6,704. That is one way to raise your combat power. Another one is upgrading the character. And as you can see, if you upgrade the Guisam, combat power also increases, right? Another one thing to note in how to raise combat power is also upgrading their skills. As you can see, I have level 1 skills on my Guisam. His combat power is around 6,704, right? So if I upgrade one skill here, there you go, combat power increases, right? By amount of I think 100 value. So those are the ways, the simple ways to raise the character's combat power. Additionally, by transcending them, he is already max transcend, so I cannot show you the increase that one. Like for example, here we have air. My air is only at 5-star, right? So if I try to transcend my air, as you can see, the combat power got a massive boost, like 2,000, around 2,100 or 2,200 something. I will get additional to the combat power. So the higher the combat power your character are, the better. The more damage you will be able to add in the world boss. So transcending, upgrading, skilling up their skills, leveling the characters are pretty much the most common thing that you can do to upgrade your character's combat power. Now, for example, another factor to talk about with regards to combat power are the gears. Yes, gearing your character is one of the ways to upgrade your character's combat power. So, for example, red gear gives a lot of combat power. So, let me try to unequip this one. If I try to let's say 31,186, right? If I try to equip a T4, let's just say unupgraded gear, not T4, like this one. Main stat also affects the character. Be mindful on that one. Main stat affects the character. Attack, if I give attack to a main DPS, then their combat power will increase more. So this is an attack main stat, right? So air's combat power now is 43,600. So if I change that one into something that does not have an attack main stat. Like for example, no, this one has T4. This one defense. If I change this one to defense main stat, the combat power is much lower, right? So it depends on the stats, depending on the character, because some character prepare HP over attack to increase their combat power. But in the case of Air, as you can see, she prepares more attack stat rather than defense stat. Let us see the one with the HP stat, HP main stat here to see the difference between them. So this one is the HP now. So the combat power is now much better. It also increases. So HP is much better than defense, but it's way better if you put in some attack stat here, attack main stat for the weapon. Since Air is a main DPS weapon, main DPS character, so she prepares the attack stat. The more attack stat she has, the more combat power she will get. And as you can see, 43,600. Now, if I try to gear her with a T4 weapon, T4 attack like this one, it's already equipped. This one, no, this not this one. This one, T4 attack. It's way higher. So that is a massive boost to the combat power, right? So how do you get T4 equipment? Just reforge them by reforging the character. Go to the enhance and then here, reforge. Reforging, I mean breakthrough. Breakthrough for the tier 4. So breakthroughing your gear also gives you massive amount of combat power to your character. And also, if we change this one into red gear, the one that I've been using earlier, this one, wait, let me double check the combat power, 46,424. If I change now this one to red gear, to legendary one, it becomes 52. So it has a massive boost to combat power by equipping legendary gears. But harvesting legendary gears are not an easy task. But world boss is end game content, so yeah, it speaks a lot that it's meant for end game players. Having red gears is also really beneficial, even if I believe even if the substats are subpar, as long as you have reports them, you upgraded them to +10, fully reports, I think their value is still really high compared to a blue gear. So having those red gears may be really beneficial even if they don't have a really good substats. But correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I think, of course, having really good substats matters a lot also. But comparing to a really good substat for blue gear compared to a red gear, I think the red gear will still win when it comes to increasing your character's combat power. So having the gears a high tier gear raises the character's combat power. Another thing to raise your combat power is the exclusive equipment. Not really exclusive equipment, but the gems for the exclusive equipment. Because if you will see here, 52,809, right? If I unequip the exclusive equipment of Air, it will be unchanged. See? No, it changed. You gain 300 something, right? 300, yeah, 300 combat power. It's very minimal. It's very minimal gain, but if you equip some gems on this one, on the exclusive equipment, it will give you a massive boost to your combat power. So 52,809 here. If I equip a level 6 gem here, like my critical damage gem here, boom, it's around 52.8, around 600 combat power something. So if you have 4 gems equipped here, that is around 2,400 combat power increase. Right? It's still a lot. So, gem really matters, especially for endgame players. Not only they will give a lot of stats to your characters, it also raises the character's combat power if you plan to use that character as a supporter in your supporter team for the world boss. So gems, exclusive equipment, same with talisman. So I don't have a talisman here. So 53,479. If I equip a talisman here, let's start with the lowest grade. Like for example here a 4-star. Star rarity matters also. It depends on let's just equip one random 4-star. 56 now, 56,681. But if I change this one with a level 6-star talisman here, $54,335. Oh, it's higher. It depends on the substats. I mean the main stat of the talisman. Yes, so this one has a 4.8% critical chance, but if I change this one to this one, even though this one is a 6-star talisman and this one has a really bad main stat effectiveness, the amount of 54,335, it lowers, right? It lowers. It really depends on the main stat here. So if I have here an attack, I think attack is going to be the best one. And this one also has a lot of gems. No, let me try to find an attack gear. Oh, I'm using that one. This one. It increases a lot. So, it really depends on the main stat of the talisman that you're trying to equip to your character. So, for air, she prepares attack stat, attack main stat, or attack stats like crit chance, crit damage, or attack percent. And then, if you equip this one with a gem, it will further increase air's combat power. Like for example this one. Yeah, so those are the things that you need to consider if you want to raise the character's combat power. So wait, let me remove this one because I'm not gonna be using this one for now. So yeah, those are the methods on how to raise the character's combat power. Remember, combat power are now have a use. Because before, combat power does not really matter. It still does not really matter when it comes to tackling content like the PvE stops, the hunts, the regular arena. Combat power does not really matter there. For now, combat power matters only for world boss. And if you are going to plan to want to raise your rankings in the leaderboards in the world boss, then you might want to consider those aspects in raising your character's combat power. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you can help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.